Ready for a little tech Brawta? Well, draw close. It's critically important that we protect our digital identity, and so we're going to go through a few steps today to help prepare you to protect your digital identity as best as possible. First, I want you to start out with strong, unique passwords for every single account and every single device. Yes, I know it's very hard to come up with new passwords, let alone new strong passwords, and to remember every single password. But this is the nature of life, and this is what we've got to do. Fortunately, there's some great password managers out there to help us with this task, like 1Password or LastPass, or for us Mac users, Keychain is a great option as well. So we want to use those to help keep our passwords strong and secure and unique. Next, I want you to invest in 2FA, two-factor authentication, whenever possible. If a website or a bank or anyone gives you the option to turn on 2FA, do it. It can be a little troublesome to go through this secondary step in order to access your account, but it's well worth it to keep your information, your identity, and your data private. Now, this doesn't work if you didn't follow the first tip, which is to make sure that you have a strong password or PIN on all of your devices. If it is that hackers can access your device, then that renders 2FA almost useless. So make sure you follow the first tip and then you follow the second tip. Third, I want you to have a secondary email account for all your registrations. What that means is that your primary email address is for communicating with your bank and communicating with family and friends and things of that nature, the things that you really want to be kept private. Your secondary email address is what you'll use to register for websites that are of less importance to you, right? You want to make sure that if you have to reset the forgot password, that you have a silo to protect your private primary email address. So always have a secondary account for that. I want you to stay updated. That doesn't mean that you have to run out and buy the latest device. That's not what I'm saying. But keep your OS, your operating system, and your software up to date. Developers do their best to keep bugs and holes out of their software, and they do this by constantly updating to make sure that once a problem is identified, it's fixed. But this won't be fixed for you unless you update your software. So make sure that you update your software whenever possible. And finally, I want you to review and refresh your settings often. Sometimes websites change their privacy policies. Sometimes they change their third-party policies. We want to make sure that you're always up to date. So review the settings on all of your devices and all of your accounts periodically. Once, maybe twice a month if you need to. Definitely more than twice a year. Here's the recap. In order to protect your digital identity, I'd like for you to 1. Make sure that you have strong, unique passwords for every device and for every account. 2. Make sure that you use 2FA, two-factor authentication, whenever possible. 3. Have a secondary account for whenever it is that you want to register for a new website, and keep your primary email account safe and secure by not using that email address to register for new websites. 4. I want you to review and refresh your settings often to make sure that they're always in keeping with what it is that you want. And finally, I want to make sure that you stay updated. That means that you update your operating system, your OS, and you update your software every chance you get. With these 5 tips, I'm hoping that you'll be safe online. And if you need more, don't forget to check us out on the big RGR 94 FM.